make you, baby, baby, I make you, be my baby, I make you, hey, yeah. There's a feeling running deep inside of me, baby. Please confirm if it's a lie or is it true? You've been on my mind and it's driving me crazy. Reconfirm if I may have this dance with you tonight. Nataka nijiachilie, unipeleke mos kiuno ukishikilie a little bit tighter, ooh baby usiachilie, nipeleke mos. Hey, you can be my man and I your lady. So come on, let's make a deal for every day. 'Cause tonight I'm making you my baby, making you my baby. Now one bonyo wendo ni chao. Go tricky the wakwa baby, gonye mapenzi. Gaguna nyena sema kwa matu adhime. Guate, baby mwangwate. Nenge, mapenzi nenge. Guate, baby mwangwate. Nenge. Hey, you can be my man and I your lady. So come on, let's make a deal for every day. 'Cause tonight I'm making you my baby, making you my baby. Ooh. Boy, won't you hold me closer and never let me go? I hope you're not a poser. If so, then let me know. Boy, won't you hold me closer and never let me go? I hope you're not a poser. If so, then let me know. 'Cause hey, I was wondering if I could be your lady. And hey, we should make a deal for every day. Every day. Hey.
There we go. And one of your biggest fans, biggest fans.
Thank
My
you.
baby there, that was performed by Kalekye Mumo. And this is how she describes herself on Twitter. Radio queen, TV host, actress, musician, businesswoman, fashionista, daughter, sister, friend, auntie, lover, and well, so many other things that go alongside that. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
How are you doing?
To meet you, and thank you for having me, Doreen.
Yeah, it's such a pleasure to have you in studio. And you know, it always seems like when you listen to someone on radio and meet them in person and they have exactly the same energy, it actually makes you feel good.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
Nice to hear that.
and I love the confidence that you exude. So I'll just start by asking you, how do you describe yourself aside from what I've seen online?
Wow, how do I describe myself? I think I'm a very free-spirited kind of person. My name Kalekye in Kikamba means let go. She's free. You can't stop her, just let her go.
Right.
And I think I actually managed to exude that kind of name, so it is fitting. I would describe myself as a fun-loving person, happy, who is a people person. Yeah, that's it.
Right.
Yeah.
So tell me about yourself. You know, where were you born? When?
When?
Yes.
When?
Well, I know.
Well,
I know.
anyway, one thing I'm not afraid of is my age. I mean, I have lived a good life. I thank God for where He has brought me. So I was born in Nairobi. I grew up in Westlands. and I am the fourth born of a family of 5.
Yeah.
And that was in the late 70s. So I sound young, I look young.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, I've lived quite a couple of years.
Yes.
So I think more so my parents brought us up to be very hardworking. Despite being born and raised in Nairobi, there's not a single ounce of laziness in my mother's home. Not at all.
Yeah.
We were brought up to work hard.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So knowing you grew up in Nairobi, does that make you a typical city girl?
Well, also the fact that I come from Masaku and Machakos is also city lights. I am a city girl. I'd say I am a city girl.
How has that played a role in making you who you are today?
I don't know how to answer that question. I'll be honest. Being brought up in Nairobi, I mean, people assume a lot of things. People think that because you grew up in Nairobi, you're spoiled, or you don't know what it's like to, work hard or do things that ordinarily would say people up country do. But I went to school up country for high school. It was hardship, and that was because my parents said, this Nairobi you are bringing for us here, you go.
It's not going to work.
Yeah, it's not working for us. So I think I got a good balance of both. Like, for instance, in our home, every single person spoke Kikamba. I went to school speaking Kikamba.
Really?
Oh, yes. And my sister is like 10 years younger than me. She follows me. And I remember my folks being very categorical. When you enter this house, the English and the Kiswahili of school, you leave it at the gate. In my house, you will speak Kikamba because all my children must learn the language. It was straight. I'm telling you.
So you're very fluent in Kikamba. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Yes.
All right, okay, just hold it right there. Wow, that is actually interesting. So, what do you say about kids today who actually have grown up in Nairobi?
Yeah.
Don't know anything about their mother tongue, don't even want to know about it. They're so caught up in this African American accent.
I think it's the saddest thing ever. For me, I believe it doesn't matter what it is that you're doing in your life, you must remember where you come from. But I think, unfortunately, I'd have to blame their parents for not taking the time to remember their roots, to remember where they come from. Because if my parents didn't teach us Kikamba and to know home and to be, frequent visitors of our home, we wouldn't know. And we would have no one to blame.
So you go to Shags very often?
Yeah, it's just 45 minutes away. And you see, it's not about me just wanting, it's being taught. Because remember, when a child is born, a child knows nothing. It's a tabula rasa. Whatever you write is what sticks. And that's the thing that parents need to remember. You are the reason your child is not speaking your language. You are the reason your child does not know where they come from. You are the reason your child does not know their relatives or their lineage. It's you. So if you don't teach them, the TV will teach them.
Right.
And that's just the way it's going to be.
And we know what the TV teaches kids.
And it's a world of internet. It's a world of, if you're going to always throw a tab at your kid, that's the only way to keep them entertained. Who are you blaming? It's you.
True.
Tell them to get outside and play. And don't come back unless they're dirty.
So tell me, what schools did you go to? College, high school, primary school?
I have to say all those. Oh boy. Anyway, I went to
in one school, in the other, the next.
Yeah, I know. Okay, so I went to Loreto Convent Musongari.
Yeah.
Up to Form 1, up to in which at that point I was very involved in music and drama from when I was very young. I think I was doing lead roles from as early as 8. And so by the time I got into Form 1, my mom felt that I was only concentrating on music and acting. And she was like, how are you going to pass your exams? So she shipped me off to far, far away land. That is Mboni Girls in Ukambani.
Yeah.
But the thing is, what she didn't get is, it wasn't about the school, it was about me. Even when I went there, I was in drama, I was in the music festivals, I was doing everything. After that, I graduated and went to USIU, where I studied international relations. I wanted to do communications, actually, because I knew by the time I finished fourth form that I wanted to join radio, and that was when FM stations were opening in the country.
Yes.
But my parents were like, do what now? be a radio what now? Who? What now? So you're going to go to USIU where your brothers are, and that is where you're going to get your degree. Okay. Man. So I went, and to be honest, I think I enjoyed campus the most, because that is when I realized that I'm not reading for my mom and dad. I'm reading for myself.
Yes.
The first taste of straight A's, I never looked back. That was it. I was like, I am going to be on the dean's list for A's. No, it is work hard, play hard. So I mean, and I joined the music club. I started a music club there. So I was in a dance group, and I was in a band. And I told my parents, this is how it's going to work. These are my grades. If at all they drop, then you pull me out of the club.
Yes.
If I maintain my grades, can I still do this? And we will be doing gigs and we'll be performing. They said yes. So that's what I did. And I graduated from USIU International Relations. I worked at the Turkish Embassy in the trade department, and I was bored. It was nice.
Yes.
My Turks, my friends, it was nice, but it wasn't giving me what I wanted. From there, that's when I decided that I have to get back into the entertainment world. And Mike Rabar of Homeboys was looking for someone to manage Homeboys, and that's actually where I started. So I left my job at the embassy to come and work for Homeboys for very little money, but because I knew that would be a map and a route to get me to where do I want to go, to radio.
Right.
So if I work with these guys, they have shows on radio stations, maybe they'll introduce me to someone. It was a long route, but it took me 5 years to get into radio.
So you worked with Homeboys?
I worked with Homeboys.
5 years?
No. I worked with Homeboys for 1.5 years. Then they didn't have the ability to give me the production side that I wanted. They loved me as a manager. And then there's a man I call the best sound man in this country. He's British, but he's like the best sound man. He's called Lee Smith, and his wife, Karen Binu Smith, had a studio in Karen called Rough Cuts Productions. And they are the ones who actually now got me to work for them. They came to use our offices at Homeboys to do interviews. They were interviewing people who have done communications, but we just used to talk about, my office space and how the interviews should go and what happened. At the end of it, they said, no, it's you we want to hire and we'll train you. So I took on the job for an extra 2,000 bob only, which now ended up being my bus fare from Westlands to Karen. And
that's a
long way, but I took the job because they could train me, and they trained me in sound production. So I did sound engineering there for 2.5 years under Lee Smith. I moved to Mediva. I did that for another 2 years as a sound engineer there, until then I attempted again to get into radio on Capital FM during the Radio Idols.
So what would you say was your big break, really?
I think getting that opportunity to try out for the Radio Idols with Capital, that's what propelled me now into the world of radio itself. And please note, 5 years of trying to get into radio, I'd sent demo tape upon demo tape. In those days it was tapes, not CDs. So by the time the competition came, I didn't think I should try. I thought, this is about who knows who, not gonna work, why bother? But my best friend really pushed me and said, look, these guys are doing this competition, all they ask you to do is send your CV. So just send it. Yeah. So I sent a CV that I had not adjusted to suit radio. I sent a sound engineering CV. Now that is a 10-page CV because it includes all the jobs you've ever done. So those guys called me because they could not believe I had a 10-page CV. So that's what got me that
inside
break.
There.
And then I was voted as a radio idol, and then they gave me an opportunity to try out the breakfast show. I actually started on a breakfast show. Believe it or not, that's a big thing. Yeah.
Yes,
it's a big thing.
And what was your experience like there?
Well, at Capital, it was scary because, one, it's such a big name, such a big environment. It's a big show, and I think just trying to fit in and trying to understand how things work. So I wasn't ready for a breakfast show at the time, I'll tell you the truth. I don't think, when I look at myself now and then, I just wasn't ready. So within 3 months, things didn't work out. And then I said, let me look at the next biggest station. And I looked at KISS and I wrote to them just an email and said, look, I'm looking to move and expand, and do you have a place? They said, we don't have a radio presenter place, but we have a news editor. And I said, news editor? I don't like news. I left news with international relations. I don't want. And my family told me, look, that's a foot in the door. get in, do the news desk job, and then fight for a show. And that's exactly what I did. And within exactly 8 months, I was on a radio show.
Wow, fantastic. Yeah. And what do you say about today's radio personalities? Maybe sometimes they're not really content with what they're doing on specific radio stations, but you say you were not content where you first got a job or an opportunity to do radio.
Yeah.
And then you decided, I need to write to another radio station. We have radio personalities who wait to be called upon.
Yeah.
And like them going down, and saying, getting back down to earth and saying, let me write my CV.
And
what do you say about those kinds of personalities?
I think if you really want something bad enough, you will do anything to get it. And I've had that attitude about almost everything I've done in my life, that if you really want it, you will fight for it. So if you're sitting somewhere, you're disgruntled with your job, you have not bothered to try, I think you're all right. You're not dying, you're not suffering, you're not unhappy. You just think you're unhappy, but you're not. Because if you are, during today, nothing will stop you from getting up and saying, I am going. Half the things that I left to do, move to the next job, I didn't know whether I was going to get it or not. I sent an email to KISS after I quit Capital. I didn't know. Within 2 weeks, I had a job.
Yeah.
That's because I wanted it, and I said, I'm going. I don't know what I'm going to eat, whether I'm going to pay my rent. I'm just going. So it takes a lot to do it, but I think the new generation's problem is, one, they expect everything on a silver platter. They expect to be given things, because they are who they are. I have never lived my life like that. I worked so hard. Until today, people are like, oh, Kalekye this, and I'm going, they can't be talking about me. I mean, it's not something I'm used to. I wasn't brought up to think like that. I was brought up to think, you work for it, you get it. You don't work for it, you don't get it. It's simple.
Great. All right, in case you want to join in the conversation that we're having here on the couch, on the Friday chat, you can actually SMS us 22155, or you can tweet us at KTN Kenya, at Joy Doreen Bira, or under the hashtag Friday chat, and we'll be able to get to those tweets. In case you have any questions for Kalekye Mumo, you can be able to send them through under those platforms. And in case maybe you want to give us a call, why don't you feel free and do that? Our lines are right on your screen. So, a lot of people would like to get to know you. Now we've talked about your radio personality, but then you can sing,
You say that with a lot of shock. What is that?
You can sing, aside from the time we listen to you on radio, when a song is fading and you fed along with it, there's a whole lot that people don't know about you that they probably need to know. Your singing background, yes, you've been through school, you've been through all these music and drama clubs, but then now the voice. Were you at some point a bathroom singer, then karaoke, and then singing for the world?
I am told by my mother that I started singing and loving to sing from as early as the age of 3.
Yeah.
And according to her, it would be like whichever Christmas party that was going down, she knew she had to be careful and watch me, because I'm just gonna spring up, grabbing a candle or something, and and the visitors are there, and she's going, oh boy. So it's something that apparently I started doing a long time ago.
Right.
And of course, then going through the drama, the music, through high school, and then eventually getting into campus and starting a band, and all that. I've loved singing. It's like when I'm feeling down, when I'm having a bad day, I sing and everything is okay. It's always worked for me. So for the longest time, I actually did host karaokes. I started hosting karaokes to support myself, financially. When was this? At like 2000? I started doing karaoke in 2000. And then after that, I'd sing for weddings or functions, but I just didn't have the confidence to say, I'm going to go and do my own song. And that's the scariest thing, is when you're used to singing other people's songs, you know how to pull off a Mary J. Blige voice, you know how to pull off then you're like, but what is Kalekye's voice? And that used to scare me. So it wasn't until Kolo and Julopa pushed me into a studio, because they had me sing for a long time, and they'd attend functions, I'd sing and whatever. But they're like, why are you singing other people's songs? You can do this. So we're going to put you in the studio and we're going to make sure that you do this. Even if it's us guys paying for it, you're doing it. And that's what happened. And it took me a year of panic to release my baby. It took long. And then I released it last year in April. And the response was overwhelming. I was so touched by my fans. It's just, I thought to myself, why did I wait so long?
But did you waste all this time?
But hey, you can start anything at any time. That's the other thing I've learned, because I am in my late 30s and I know that you can start anything at any time now. So it doesn't matter.
Age is nothing.
Oh yeah, it's
got nothing to do with it.
Nothing to do with it.
All right. And had you done any backup singing for any artists before?
No, never.
You hadn't?
No.
Fantastic.
Never, ever.
Now, when we return, of course, we're going to be talking a lot more about her other careers, and that is you're doing TV hosting, you're doing, you're acting actually, you're doing all kinds of things, you're emceeing corporate gigs, entertainment gigs. So all of that, we're going to get into that after this short break. So do stay with us, and remember our SMS line 22155, and the hashtag is Friday Chat, or at Joy Doreen Bira, at KTN Kenya, at Kalekye Mumo. Is there an underscore somewhere?
No, it's just at Kalekye Mumo.
At Kalekye Mumo. There we go. And one thing I wanted to find out is what inspired the video, the site where you shot the video?
For I'm Okay, like the lyrics of the song say, it's about going through such hard times, and whether it's people talking behind your back, whether it's work situations, relationships, and finding out that these things happen. There's always going to be drama, but you have to find your happy place and be okay. And so when I was thinking about this video, I needed it to be an element of stress to freedom. So we approached the National Museum, because there's a restaurant there called Vogue, and I know the guy there, and I asked him if we could use his restaurant. So we have a scene where you're a chef, you're having a bad day, you feel like your boss is all over you, and you just decide, you know what, I don't need this drama, I can be okay and walk away from this and find other things to do. So I quit my job, walk away, walk down the street, and end up having just a nice day, seeing kids playing, and knowing that there's more to life than being stressed at a job you're not happy at, for instance. And then beyond that, it goes into you're walking down the street and there are these dancers who come and they're like trying to mess up with your happy mojo of walking down the street, and you take off and steal a car and drive off into the sunset, and you're happy. So the song basically led us to picking that kind of a scene to shoot. And it's also nice to just see that we have such a lovely museum and people forget about it, so why not show that?
We always want to go and shoot videos from I don't know
where
the States, and come back here.
I don't think it's about that, it's about the story that you want to tell. I mean, you can shoot it anywhere. It's about the story.
Interesting. So let's get more into your careers, your various careers, so many of them. You're very entrepreneurial, by the way.
Thank you.
You co-own a salon.
Yes, Black Butterfly Hair Salon.
Yes.
That is in Westlands. And guys ask, how or why did you get into that? Let me just explain. I love my hair. I love looking good. And for the longest time, I remember growing up and thinking, I just want to be able to do my hair and pay for my hair to be done well and look good. And it was a fight we had a long time with my mom about my hair. Because you know how it is, you're being told, when you work, you get your money, you can do those hairstyles that you want. And I grew up, I have a skin condition, it's called psoriasis. It is the speeded growth of skin, and it affects even my scalp. So for the longest time I had to cut my hair for me to be able to have medicine applied. Of course, as I've grown older, we've managed to figure out how to control the condition. So when I could actually grew the hair, all I wanted to do was be in a salon. So every single Saturday in my earlier jobs, when I would save my money, I would walk to Tao so that I have enough money to do my hair. Then I'd spend probably 4 to 5 hours in the salon, just get your hair done, relax, talk, and just chill. And I'd do that with my best friend for the love of just hair. That to the point where even if I'm not coming to do my hair, I'll go to the salon and hang out. And thank God that the salon we used to go to in Westlands was so cool. The people were good. The environment was good. So as we went along, we discovered we're 2.5 years in the business now. And so 3 years ago, we were like, people actually can open a salon. It's not so hard. And then you could do it in a way that you've always dreamt of doing it. And so my best friend and I, she's called Genevieve, we decided we're going to just go ahead and open one. And that's what we did.
Right.
And it's not easy. Running a business is not easy.
It's not easy. All these ups and downs.
Yeah, but that's basically why. Because I just love the whole aspect of being able to look good. I like doing people's hair. I may not know everything, but I know when the hair looks good.
And it does look good today.
Thank you.
And you seem to have an Afro-African style to it. Does that represent your style generally?
What happened was I went through phases. For the longest, I had a short haircut, cropped, relaxed hair for very long, for like 7 years. And then I decided I want dreads. So I went natural. I put dreads for about 2.5 years.
I actually see dreads on this True Love cover.
Exactly.
Okay.
Then that's when we opened the salon, and I was like, I can't be versatile with dreads alone. So I cut off the dreads and then went into natural. And why? Because we discovered that there's a whole world out there that's interested in natural hair now. Yes. And there's so many things we didn't know when we were growing up about how to take care of natural hair. For instance, the shampoo you use on relaxed hair is not the same one you use on natural hair. And once we discovered the products, because my issue was, my hair is hard. It was not because I have bad genes, bad hair. It was because we're using the wrong products. So now I'm maintaining this natural hair look, and I love it. I love it. And it's worked well for us as a salon, because we are one of the strongest salons doing natural hair. So it's cool. It's nice.
Right. Yeah. So you and your radio co-host Shafi Weru have such a connection.
Yeah.
Lately, you've upgraded from the selfies, and you're now doing a lot of groundies. Soon we're going to see you. I'm told now we have in-betweenies. Actually, there we go. There we go.
This is going to haunt me for a long time, huh? Well,
and of course, everyone has been wondering what inspired. What
did we do the groundie?
Inspired the groundie, yeah.
Let me just tell you, it is all Carol Radul's fault and Adele Onyango's fault. We come to the office, and Adele has been just posting her groundies, and she's so jazzed by this whole concept. And so she's gone and made Carol Radul do a groundie. And Carol is a senior person. This is she made her do one in her office. So when Shafi and I get to the studio, Carol says, "You guys, I cannot be the only person who looks crazy, okay? You guys have to do one." So I'm like, we're not the ones who told you to do this. She says, "There's nothing like that, by the way, you're doing one." So I left it at, I am not doing, I will not participate in such madness. But I don't know what bribe she gives Shafi. He comes back, like he goes for a loo break, and he comes back and says, "Floor now." So I'm like, what do you mean floor now? He's like, "Now, we're doing this. By the way, get up." He pulls me. And I'm like, "Do you see how I'm dressed? Do you understand?"
Yeah.
Well, there you go, trending for a long time.
Oh yes, and it's going to trend for quite some time.
God,
it's probably going to be in one of those pictures of 2014.
Don't do this to me. Don't do this. Oh God.
All right.
It was just one of those days.
Now, you are a corporate MC or into showbiz MC. You do all of that.
Yeah.
You also are an actress.
Yes.
You're keeping up with so many things going around. Which of these so many things you've taken advantage of, or you've fulfilled what is coming your way? Which of them are you so passionate about? Very briefly.
To be honest, I think dabbling in everything, it wasn't really part of the plan. It just so happens that things presented themselves, and you're like, I could try this. Let's see what happens if I try this. And so doing radio for the longest, I knew that for sure I wanted, okay? But what happens when you've done something for so long, you know it like the back of your hand, then you start saying, okay, so then now, after that, That's pretty much what happened. And then I had missed acting for so long. So I just happened to have been visiting my friend Alison Gibwini of Alice On Productions, and she was planning this show for Mali, the first Kenyan soap opera. And then I say, hey, I want a role in that thing, by the way. Just randomly.
It was a joke.
So random. Next thing she says, okay, so we're here, and we're not doing any. No, she said, no, I know what you're doing, and you fit the role. Up, it's yours. And that was it. And I loved it. It was so much fun. So I'm enjoying acting, and I have just been doing a movie. There's a Kenyan movie coming out. This is the Fundamentals. Over 18s, please. Anyway, so acting is fun, and you see, it doesn't take too much of your time. So that's something I want to do for a long time. And then I tried TV hosting, and you see, the thing about TV hosting is it just gives you a different dimension from the radio.
Yes.
And I'm actually loving it.
Yeah.
So
are your words counted now?
My words?
Yeah, on TV.
Like yours?
And so you actually stop right there.
No. They actually give me free will. You expect to tell me when to stop talking. You see how much I'm talking more than you.
When you come from radio,
yeah, I know, that's the thing. It's very different.
Yeah, you come from radio and you can say anything.
But I think being that the kind of show that I'm doing is not strictly guided by a script, it's actually all my head, then it's fine. So I think right now I'm enjoying just dabbling in new things, and we'll see where I land, but I'm not leaving my music.
So you're passionate about everything.
Yeah, there's nothing I'm doing that I'm not. If I wasn't, then I wouldn't be doing it.
Okay, you're thinking of doing a collabo with the guy who sang Fundamentals?
My brother from another mother, Ken Maria. Yes, the order has been placed. He just needs to call me and tweak a wadi. That can be so much fun. I mean, I think that would be so great. So possibly, yes, possibly. And there are a couple of collabos that I'm working on for next year already. Okay,
before we can actually have the acoustic version of I'm Okay.
Yes.
What would you like to say to people out there? Inspire them. Your favorite quote or something.
A favorite quote. I'm not that deep, by the way. I'm not that deep. But here's the thing: if you want something, go for it.
Yeah.
That's I think the best advice I could tell you. And then secondly, work hard. Practice makes perfect. I'll tell you, and Tom will tell you that there's no way you get up and just sing without warming up, without practice, without rehearsals. Like as I was waking up to come here, I'm getting dressed, I'm doing my warm-ups, voice training warm-ups. It's practice makes perfect. So whatever it is that you're doing, you're gonna have to keep at it for long. I didn't just wake up and become a radio presenter. I used to sit and listen to, at that time I loved Muthoni Buika, I loved Eve D'Souza, and I'd listen to the way they talk and I'd mimic them. Yeah. This is just at home in my dreams of becoming a presenter. Pick your best presenter, pick your best of whatever it is that you love, and then try and get them, try and understand what it is they do. Sound like them if you can, whatever. You will find your place eventually. You won't be a replica, but you will find your place. That has worked for me.
Great.
Yeah.
So I guess this is the time where we say, let's hear that acoustic version
of I'm Okay.
Yes, and by the way, that is Tom over there.
Yes.
With his dready hair. Why are you so close to him, by the way?
Well, Tom is now has become my lead guitarist. He has become my musical mentor. He's helped me put together a band. And what happens is, as a vocalist, if you're not an instrumentalist, you need to be as close as possible to the person who will guide you with your musical journey. And that's what he's become to me. And the relationship is still growing. And, you know, he'll tell you, warm up your voice before I get there and stuff like that. I mean, you need that person.
That's the wrong key, right?
Yeah, you need that person near you to help you grow.
Thank you so much for coming over.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Really appreciate.
Thank you for having me. Bright and early. I woke up for you.
I'm still your #1 fan.
Yay!
Watching you from a distance, but yeah. Well, take it away. I'm okay.
Thank you.
Hey, yeah, 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 yeah. Hey. Ever wondered why I was so guarded? Ni kwa sababu niliowapenda walinicheza chenga. Ever asked asked yourself why I was so withdrawn, ni kwa sababu niliopenda kantesa tena na tena. But I found my faith, I found my strength, I found my way, and I can't help but say, ooh, I'ma be okay, I'ma be all good, I'm not gonna fret, yeah, yeah. Ever wondered why I was so down? Ni kwa sababu kuendelea kwangu kwa leta teta. Ever asked yourself why I was so cold? Ni kwa sababu siri zangu ulizitangaza. But I found my faith, I found my strength, I found my way, and I can't help but say, ooh,